Hey everybody, I'm Dave from AmericanMuscle.com, and this is our 2012 GT project car. Hey everyone, welcome to another venture in the AmericanMuscle.com project car series. If you've been following us, you're familiar with the car behind me. It was our last project car, our 2011 automatic Mustang V6. By the time we got done with it, it went in 1173. Now it's on to our next project car, our manual 2012 Mustang GT Premium. But before we modify it and move on to stage one, we want to get some baseline numbers out of our bone stock GT. Over my shoulder is Mike Wilson, the Bama lead calibrator. He's getting the car and the dyno situated to get us those numbers. I'm Mike. The car's brand new, the car's bone stock. What do you really expect to get out of this today on the dyno?
I'd like to see about 360 to 370 horsepower of the tires, but the only way to find out is to make a run, so let's do it.
Well, sounds good. All right, Mike, that was the very first stock run for this car, bone stock actually, and I see the chart. Tell me what we're looking at here, if you would.
So the car put down 368 horsepower and 370 foot-pounds of torque.
So we got our baseline numbers. Next logical step, I'm thinking, street driving? Let's go, let's do it, let's unhook it. While driving the 2012 GT project car out on some back roads, getting a feel for real life conditions, it's really nice, it's really comfortable.
The car handles great, the brakes are decent, there's definitely room for improvement. So we'll get a Bama tune in it and some performance parts and see how much acceleration and horsepower and torque we can pick up.
Well, Mike, I'm thinking there's only one thing left to do.
Go to the track.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
All right, Mike Wilson's behind us in our bone stock 2012 GT. He's gonna take off the traction control and run it down the quarter mile, get us our baseline time. Let me get out of the way, we'll see what he does. We're back at the shop after our stock run with the project car. We went down to the Cecil County Dragway and ran a 13.2 in the quarter mile. Now, the track was super slick, and we know these cars are capable of a 13.0 in stock trim. So we're gonna use that as our baseline number going forward. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started with stage one of our project car. All right, Mike, we're about to begin stage one of this build here. Why don't you give me an idea of what's going on today?
Well, we're going to start off with your basic first modifications. First, it's going to be a JLT carbon fiber intake kit, which is going to allow the engine to breathe more and make more horsepower.
Okay.
Then, we're going to install this JLT oil separator. It's going to catch any kind of oil vapors that get recirculated back of the intake track and help prevent it from detonating, especially in the high horsepower cars.
Makes sense.
And finally, we're going to top it off with a Bama Performance 93 octane tune. This is going to help optimize the air-fuel ratio, the spark advance, and enhance the throttle response to the car.
With that, I assume obviously the cold air intake being on there already, what kind of numbers do you expect to get today?
We should see right under 400 horsepower with all of this.
That's not bad at the wheels.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mike, that was your first pull off your performance parts on here.
Cool, what'd it do?
So it looks like we got a horsepower of 398 and 389 foot-pounds of torque. And that's giving us a peak gain of 31 horsepower and curb gains of 55 horsepower and 40 foot-pounds of torque.
Just about what we expected then.
Definitely. Why don't we get it back to the track, see what that did for our times.
Cool, let's get off the dyno.
And before we head out, I want to dress this up a little bit.
Cool, let's do it.
All right. The idea of our project car is to create a killer street machine. But we didn't want to do it with just performance parts. We want to make the car look the look as well. So today we've done a couple things. We've taken your votes off of Facebook and named it Project Blackout, just as you picked. Today's plan, put on the CDC chin spoiler and replace our factory one. Then move on to the upper and lower grills and replace those with the black retro billet style grill. It's going to give us that blacked out and aggressive look that we're really after. Well, the first round of appearance parts are complete, and if I do say so myself, it doesn't look too bad. Now, before we head back to the track to see what our new quarter-mile time is, there is one thing left to do.
That's 1245 at 115 miles an hour. Oh yeah!
Now off our baseline number of 13.0, we just picked up over half a second, running the 1245 at 115 miles an hour. Not too bad for an oil separator, a colder intake, a tune, and our stock tires. Now we're gonna head back to American Muscle for stage 2 of Project Blackout.